This episode is a protection episode. Not because Bitcoin itself is dangerous, it isn't, but because the space around it has attracted a significant number of people who are very good at appearing legitimate and very skilled at taking money from people who weren't expecting it. The scams in this space are sophisticated. They're well-funded. They target smart, capable people. And the most important thing you can know about them is that they share a small number of common features. Features that, once you know to look for them, are impossible to miss. This episode is about those features, the formats they take, and what to do when something doesn't feel right. Ready to take your first real step? Get the guide, Buying Your First Bit of Bitcoin, $15, link in the description. Before we get into specific formats, let's talk about the thread that runs through all of them. Every financial scam, not just Bitcoin scams, every financial scam in history relies on two psychological levers, urgency and FOMO, and they almost always come together. Urgency is the feeling that you need to act right now. This offer expires tonight. This window closes in 24 hours. There are only a few spots left. Get in before it's too late. The purpose of urgency is to stop you thinking, to short-circuit the part of your brain that would otherwise say, wait, let me research this. Let me ask someone I trust. Let me sleep on it. Legitimate investments do not have countdowns. Bitcoin will still exist tomorrow, and the day after that. Any opportunity that disappears if you don't act immediately is not an opportunity you should be acting on. FOMO, the fear of missing out, is urgency's close companion. It's the manufactured feeling that everyone else already knows about this, that you're the last person to see it, that if you don't act now, you'll be the only one who got left behind. Scammers are very good at creating the illusion of social proof. Screenshots of other people's profits, testimonials, comments that are often fake, the sense that a crowd is already moving in one direction, and you're standing still. FOMO is an emotion, and making financial decisions from an emotional state is exactly what scammers are counting on. Now let's talk about what these look like in practice. The specific formats that come up again and again. The giveaway scam. Send 1 Bitcoin, get 2 back. Send $200 of Bitcoin and receive 500. This format has been running for years, usually impersonating celebrities, tech executives, or famous Bitcoin figures. It appears on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, sometimes with fake verification marks, sometimes with fabricated comment sections full of people claiming they already received their payout. Nobody is doubling your Bitcoin. Not Elon Musk, not any celebrity, not any company, not any foundation. This format has never once been legitimate. If you send Bitcoin in response to one of these, it's gone. The romance scam, also called pig butchering, a term that comes from the practice of fattening a pig before slaughter. This is one of the most devastating scams in existence, not because it's particularly clever, but because it attacks something real: trust, connection, the human need for relationship. It typically starts with an unexpected message, a wrong number text, a random LinkedIn or Instagram connection, a match on a dating app. The person is warm, interesting, attentive. The relationship builds over weeks. Then, at some point, they mention a Bitcoin investment platform that's been working incredibly well for them. They share the returns. They offer to help you set up an account. The platform looks real. It shows you returns. It lets you deposit more. And then, when you try to withdraw, something goes wrong. You need to pay taxes first, or fees, or verification, and the person who built that trust is nowhere to be found. People lose tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, to this scam. Smart people, careful people, people who would never have described themselves as vulnerable. The rule: if someone you've met online at any point mentions a Bitcoin investment opportunity, that's the end of the conversation. Fake exchanges. This one is harder to spot because it looks professional. A fake exchange is a website designed to look exactly like a legitimate platform. It has charts, order books, a clean interface, customer support chat. It lets you deposit real Bitcoin or money. It shows you growing returns. But when you try to withdraw, something always blocks it. A minimum balance you haven't reached, a tax you need to pay first, an account verification step, and eventually, the site goes down, the chat stops responding, and the money is gone. Fake exchanges are often promoted through social media ads or sent directly via DM. They can be found through search results. Always verify an exchange independently before depositing anything. Check for regulatory registration. Look for independent reviews on Trustpilot. Search the name plus scam or withdrawal issues. Here's a quick list. Things that should immediately raise your guard. Guaranteed returns. No investment guarantees returns. This is true in traditional finance. It's true in Bitcoin. It's true of every asset class in existence. Returns are always uncertain. That's what makes them returns, not a salary. Anyone who guarantees you a specific return, 10% a month, double your money in 30 days, is lying. There is no version of this that's legitimate. Full stop. A request for your seed phrase. No legitimate service, not an exchange, not a wallet provider, not customer support, not a government agency, not anyone, will ever ask for your seed phrase. Your seed phrase is the master key to your wallet. Sharing it with anyone gives them complete, immediate, irreversible access to your Bitcoin. If anything or anyone asks for it, in a form, in a chat, in an email, in a DM, that thing is a scam. Close it. Don't engage further. ADM with an investment opportunity. Legitimate investment opportunities are not delivered via direct message from strangers. They are not shared in comment sections. They are not offered to people who didn't ask. If someone you don't know, on any platform, reaches out to tell you about a Bitcoin opportunity, the answer is no, without exception, without further engagement. Here's the most important thing this episode can leave you with. You have instincts about people and situations. They've been honed by years of navigating the world, reading faces, reading rooms, noticing when something feels slightly off, even when you can't immediately say why. Those instincts work in this space too. If something feels off, stop. Not stop forever, not panic. Just pause. Give yourself time. Research the thing independently. Ask someone you trust who has no stake in your decision. Look for independent reviews. Search the name of the platform or person with the word scam. The feeling that something isn't right is information. It's not overthinking. It's not paranoia. It's pattern recognition. Your brain noticing something that doesn't fit. Scammers rely on you ignoring that feeling, on the urgency being loud enough to drown out the quiet voice that says, wait. Listen to the quiet voice. Spotting a red flag isn't about being suspicious of everything. It's about knowing what's normal, so that what isn't normal stands out immediately. Normal, a regulated exchange asking for ID. Normal, a wallet generating a seed phrase you need to write down. Normal, Bitcoin's price moving significantly. Normal, not knowing everything yet. Not normal, guaranteed returns. Not normal, anyone asking for your seed phrase. Not normal, an investment opportunity arriving unsolicited. Not normal, urgency around any financial decision. You now know the difference, and that knowledge will protect you far more reliably than any technology ever could. Ready to take your first real step? Get the guide, Buying Your First Bit of Bitcoin, $15, link in the description. Bitcoin for Girls, the building of a beautiful future. See you next episode.